If you want to hear us talk more shit about Jericho, make like Russ Paxson and check out our patreon.com / pro wrestle times. The show, we're going to get back into the normal reviews. Listen, Dynamites have been whatever. Honestly, it's been not a great show. Me and Hairline talk about this. I think Collision's a great show. The ratings are showing for
Great.
Collision that they retain their viewership, and 250,000 people don't jump off a cliff and die midway through the show. What Collision's also showing is that a bunch more people tune in for the main event. When you look at Dynamite, aside from that Moxley Omega cage match, you don't see a spike in the main events, bro. You see the main events going tragically downward, and then you see people, like I said before, like 300,000 people just fucking killing themselves in the middle of the show, self-deleting, pardon me, in the middle of the show. And so also what you see with Dynamites is that when like the Avengers or some shit comes on after, the number spikes like higher than Dynamite was the whole fucking time. And that's fucked considering when All Access was on right
That is
after
fucked.
AEW, it was getting like 200K viewers and shit. Then you have Collision, and Collision, I believe the numbers is like they fucking go down like after the show is off or whatever, right? For Collision. So that's all I'm saying. If you put Collision on Wednesdays, you'd be getting 1 million. You'd be getting the main events would go up. You'd be touching 1 million. You'd be tickling it. And instead, they're not fucking doing that. Yeah, I mean, I can't stress it enough. The Bumba Clat Club, they just added Pac. I think that's a great move, a great addition. But it's just,
Yeah,
man,
that's awesome.
yeah, and apparently CM Punk pitched himself to be in the Blood and Guts match, and
What,
that got him heat. And
what's the credentials in that though? Who's
apparently it was Punk's
that?
camp like leaked that out or something like that, because people tried to jump on Punk and go, isn't he doing what the Bucks did, what he said the Bucks did? And it's like, no, he didn't leak it to Dave to galvanize his little fucking elf factory of fucking weirdos on his website to you know what I mean, that he didn't do that. He fucking
It's an elf tech.
yeah, dude.
Right, they're hanging out eating the elf cookies. They live in trees.
Yeah, just inventing shit to fucking
Eating their cookies.
put out there. For all the little girls and boys and little bros out there to fucking play with. Um,
Japan.
Basically AEW's been what it's been. I really like this Joe Punk angle. The FTR, Ricky Starks, Bullet Club Gold have been phenomenal. I love that it's sort of like WWE. Sorry guys, but they have their core like 8 guys that they're kind of, you can tell they got like 6 guys they're really building everything around on Collision. I fucking love that. So it's like that's how you make a show. That's how you make a brand of wrestling,
Yeah, man. That's
So
like it's like their version of Judgment Day,
yeah, dude.
basically.
Exactly. And so WWE, speaking of Judgment Day, so before we get into, I think how we're going to end the show with the Matt Hardy Cornette shit, because it's just so funny and juicy. And I left a lot of it to my surprise. I didn't read into it ahead. But anyways, WWE though has been sailing, bro. And you and I talked about it. We've been talking about it. They're sailing. They're in such a good position where like Finn's super hot, like Judgment Day's so hot as heels right now. You got a good
Yeah,
story with the heels going on, and then you got Seth on his triumphant fucking putting on great matches, defending the belts. You got Zayn and Owens who are over. You got all the shit. You got all the shit, and then you have the biggest ratings draw in pro wrestling today: Roman Reigns and the Bloodline shit going on, where they've been teasing Solo's gonna be the head of the table. Like I told you, he's looking at the lay and the fucking I mean, Paul Heyman's going, oh, like his shit is phenomenal. He's booking it like all of that shit pretty much. You got Cody and Brock, you got Dirty Dom, bro. There's so much. They're just hitting on,
Dirty Dom.
and then you got the goofy shit like Maxine with Chad Gable and Otis, and it's like, okay, but I
But
get to
it's
stare at
good.
Maxine.
It
Yeah, it's good
it
goofy
makes me
shit. Like,
pop, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Dude, man.
if you pop for Orange Cassidy putting his hands in his pockets, then you have to be able to pop for fucking Gable and Otis and Maxine, dude. Like, come on,
I don't know, man. Otis makes me laugh, dog. He
And
had he tried doing a punchline there, not a punchline, but he did like a what wow at that fucking did you watch Raw or no?
yeah. I've seen it. I'm up to
Yeah,
date on everything.
yeah, Maxine had that graduation and
Yeah,
Otis tried to like pop in some little line there after the fucking the shush.
yeah.
I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, I caught it. I don't remember what he tried to say there, but I was also going to say, like, how about Ricochet and Logan Paul doing shit now? Everyone thought it'd be LA Knight and Logan Paul. Now it's Ricochet and Logan Paul, and they're gonna go have like the flippiest, gymnasty, fantastic, flippinest match ever when they wrestle at SummerSlam. Yeah, the most AEW match ever. And I love how, you know what I love, that they bring Logan.
Shit.
How genius is WWE too, where they bring Logan Paul in, and then they have him like doing. He's like, he wrestles like AEW style, if that's like a way to, you know what I mean? Like it's almost genius, like the way they got heat on him and shit. And yeah, man,
we're bringing Logan Paul.
Yeah, we're gonna bring in Logan Paul. Yeah, and he's gonna do some of that AEW shit. What's that shit I saw? What the fuck is Jericho doing? Someone get Jericho on the phone. Jericho.
Get Jericho on the phone. Yeah, it's the fucking look. I become. Oh, that's my phone ringing.
What the fuck were you doing on SmackDown? Vince, that was actually on AEW Dynamite. I don't actually work for you anymore. What? There was red ropes. I saw red ropes. No, that was Collision. I was sent there to sabotage Collision this week by Tony Khan. You notice Jericho had one segment on Collision ever, and then he's just not there again. We called it too. We're like, how long?
Because he was probably just pissy. Because he was just pissy. Because fuck yeah, he was just pissy because Punk was on fucking Dynamite, dog. So he had to just fucking, oh, if he can do it, I can do it too. You know the Bucks.
I'm gonna steal his thunder.
Yeah, it's mine. Shout it. Shout it out loud.
Wow.
We're gonna be doing Kiss with him for a while now. Yeah, a minute of that. Yeah, that's gonna be the
I love it. Yeah. Well, let's just cap off that little discussion. AEW been so. The Wembley is good for them, but that's like a once in a lifetime, might never happen again UK thing that's going down. So it just doesn't reflect the look at the Canadian tour numbers. I don't have to defend it by saying I was there, but just look at the buildings. Okay, they were fucking empty, and I'm not hating, but just goddamn run smaller fucking venues. Like, stop flushing all the money down the toilet, dude. You know what I would do if you gave me half that money that you flushed down the toilet, Tony Khan? You know what I could do with it? You don't give a shit because you're a billionaire. But, you know, you could hire 10 more of your favorite wrestlers for that and just have them run smaller buildings. I don't fucking know, dude. And I got so close to Excalibur so many times and seeing Taz.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, and
Taz is a man, dog.
I was just like, damn, dude, these guys, like, just seeing Tony Schiavone, I was like, man, this guy's like the voice of my childhood, you know, like,
yeah, and our parents' childhood.
That's what I mean. It was just so
really break it.
And he looks so good for his age. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's because he just hangs out and plays fucking video games.
Yeah, dude, I guarantee he gets big.
Fucking Mark.
He gets big.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Doug. He's definitely. Dude, they all smoke though. Doug, fucking JR used to, when JR was originally hired, he was the ref, and then he would drive around in the whip. You know what I'm saying? With fucking goddamn, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be having a wrestling podcast. This is bullshit. But yeah, man, JR used to roll the joints when he was the referee for the car rides and shit.
Fuck yeah, that's what's up.